Okay, ready to go, right? Let's see Juvine and Vulnita, Forsburn and Sylvanos taking the stage. Now for Forsburn's not Cake Assault, right? Like, because it very seldomly seems like Cake Assault struggles with many matchups, and it's just a matter of like players. But for the typical Forsburns, like myself and like players like Juvine, right? Sylvanos can be kind of an awkward one, right? Like, while Forsburn has good lows, he sometimes can really struggle in terms of like settling down on a Sylvanos that has gotten set up, right?
Absolutely.
The down strong after catching the roll in thanks to seeing Juvine hit the parry, but Juvine's got so much smoke. All she'll need to do is like instead just playing kind of honestly when it comes to the smoke, traversing, hiding the movements, but traversing normally instead of trying to mix up with stuff like a teleport cross stage into smoke.
You know what? I don't think that's necessary at this moment. You know, like what's working is working. But you know, it's just good to have it out there, have those options available to you. And it's gonna be very hard for Sylvanos to cover that. You know, it's kind of funny. The best thing you can do is just take the stock, because trying to run around and get rid of all that smoke is a production.
It takes it's a little bit of doing, to say the least. Meanwhile, sometimes you can just close out the stock on the fours. Oh, did not have the second howl available to close out the stock, and the good placement on the part of Juvine to downstrong that the rise back up from off stage. Uh-oh. Has to call smoke here. Doesn't have a ton of resources available. Gets the wall jump. Again, pinned off stage, but with that smoke available, the means to refresh the jump was there, and Juvine gets a chance to get back on stage regardless. Trying to chase.
Yep. Dodging out of the way very smoothly. Out of the flower.
What? Okay, super clean stuff on the part of Juvine, like baiting out the howl by landing on the platform first, but then doing a quick plat drop in order to find that up strong after. The lead does not last long though, as she does drop to a Sylvanos up air, and is in the Sylvanos blender right now, but doesn't get the spiking hit of the dive.
Sylvanos has an absolutely nutty combo game, but getting those kill confirms can be tricky if you don't have the experience.
Completely agree. Like, you need a.
And sometimes, you know, you end up taking your opponents, like, you know, those high 150-ish %, and then you have to just end up getting that up air.
Juvine put quite a bit into that read of a roll in from Vulnita, but he didn't give it up, and now is paying the price for it. Wow, you make one, you attempt one read, but then you just get put into the blender, and there's that Sylvanos
Great
combo
first game.
Yeah. Fallen victim to just a little bit of over-eagerness as Vulnita takes that game and goes up in the set, forcing the counter pick from Juvine, and a very good one at that. Sometimes you just need a little bit of extra levels to your play, a little bit of extra verticality, and there's no better place, a very good place to do that is on Treetop as we go into our game number 2.
Absolutely. I think Sylvanos is going to want those, like, you know, bigger, flatter stages, and Vol is really going to struggle with that.
Whoa, okay. Careful with some of these down airs, as the extension was super clean, looking for the falling up air combo onto the platform. Does not fall into it, though. Juvine looks for a lot of falling up air with some of these, and getting stuck on that platform.
That was some amazing hit falling by Vol. Getting tons of %.
Yeah, well, super nice. Wow, max range down tilt, not able to get the second back air that would have closed out the stock.
And that is a tricky move to DI. But gonna throw it right back out. You know, sometimes, you know, rivals, you just gotta trade those down smashes.
Yeah. You know, yeah, neutral. Okay, hold on.
And sometimes, you know, you gotta like just hit like 8 back airs in a row.
Yeah, just quad back air feels good. There's a
good
tier.
move. It's a good
There
move, I
was a tier
respect
list made called the bear tier list, right?
Yeah.
Where Edolus was a bear, B-E-A-R. Everyone else was not, well, most of the cast was not bear, B-A-A-R. And then Rano and Forsburn were bear, B-A-I-R. That was the tier list. I think it's pretty accurate.
Ironically, I don't think Ellis's bear is the best in the game.
Yeah, it's fine. But
But it's okay,
he
he's
is
a bear. He's a bear, so it all works out. You have the good bears, and then you have the bear.
Rivals 2 add another bear. I mean, Rivals 2, but he's gonna need to... I don't know where to go with this transition, but holy smokes, Vulnita is cooking in this game.
I feel so bad for these guys. We just gotta talk about bears.
Yeah, bears. Yeah, I mean, they showed off a lot of... both of them were playing very well, but it's like I was saying a little earlier, right? Like, for Chernobyl, sometimes you just have one little piece or one little interaction don't go your way, and then suddenly you're back in neutral, and like because you're back in neutral and you don't have any sort of clean confirms because Vulnita was sitting at 144% for a while, you just are start looking for raw dares or these wave dash down tilts that can get outspaced. Like, things can snowball or crumble very, very quickly when you don't have your instantly available read, or you just miss a punish or two. Alright, as we go into game number 3 here. Here we are in Rockwall again. It makes sense though from a Juvine perspective though, especially if you're believing you're having trouble closing out stocks in the previous 2 games, what you want more than anything is just like these down airs or these singleton back airs that you're gonna land in the corner or off stage, like those to be enough.
Absolutely, and you know you're gonna want that platform movement, but Vol getting a very nice kill.
Very nice bear of her own, you know.
Sylvanos bear is like such a fun move because, you know, I feel like you gotta like, it doesn't work a lot of the time, but when it works, it works.
Yeah, and it's like, it has value alternatively than just like, I'm gonna use this to hit my opponent. Like, being able to pin and on stage with it does have an extreme importance. Hit through the stage in the corner, like that type of stuff.
And it's almost like a little bit of a psychological thing. Like sometimes you can just like throw it out like 5 times in a row because it's just like, I really don't want to get hit by that. So it's a good conditioning tool, I almost want to say.
I can agree with that, especially given its range and the extra utility, throwing it out there in center stage, looking to mix up between pinning on the platform and hitting into the corner, missing that dive though. There's been a couple of those missed dives, but you know, the classic, you know, neutral tech down strong. Yep.
Very dominant game coming out by Volt.
She's looking very, very solid, but things can swing super quickly on a stage like Rockwall, but they can swing in both directions, either snowballing hard or watching things crumble, and that bear will do it. Sealing this set 3-2-0 for Vol as she moves on in through top 16. Solid set overall.
Love seeing all the Sylvanoses come out tonight, you know.
Very true. I think it's just Sylvanos is just such a underrepresented kid. Maybe not underrepresented, but
I could see that. You know, we've had like some major Sylph players kind of like drop out of the character, and then like, you know, but now we're kind of seeing a resurgence of like, you know, players like Brunch who've like, you know, who are taking very noble wins with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And